One of my favorite stupid conversations to have, besides, hey, if you put this player on that team or if they switch spots, how would they do, is why did my team draft this guy when there was another guy that's even better right afterwards, right? The whole hindsight being 2020 thing, it's fun. And I know, oh, you could do this with literally every pick ever. Yeah, no Sherlock. That's why we're doing it, because it's fun and it's Saturday and we do what it won't. Right. So, question today is why in 2014, number 9 overall, Vikings originally had 8, and then they trade back with the Browns, and then the Browns took Justin Gilbert. Why at 9, with the first pick of the Mike Zimmer regime, did they take Anthony Barr, the edge rusher out of UCLA, over Aaron Donald, who is making a good case as one of the best, if not the best, defensive interior players of all time, right? So it's a classic question, and Aaron Donald, 8-time Pro Bowler, 7-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion now, fully understand it. But we want to look back as an actual investigation, because there were reasons why the Vikings, and this gets lost during history, because 50 years from now, after Aaron Donald has been in Canton for a hot second, as soon as he retires, first ballot for second Hall of Famer, and Anthony Barr will be lost to history. Vikings fans will look back on their, I don't know what we'll even have by then. We'll all be in the metaverse probably, but they'll just, Vikings were stupid back then. Rick Spielman was a moron. It's probably going to be like that. But you have to have context with history and want to go through why the Vikings actually went with Anthony Barr over Aaron Donald. And there's a couple things at play here. So first up, Anthony Barr was a dude. Anthony Barr was a bad man at UCLA. On the edge, stand-up linebacker, as well as hand-to-the-dirt D-end, 23.5 sacks. Remember, he was originally a running back and was recruited as a wide receiver to UCLA the first couple years in Westwood, up to no good. And he only played defense 2 seasons for the Bruins. Totaled 103 total tackles, 23.5 sacks, 41.5 tackles for loss. And he was just a guy, man. Tesla grade at the combine, and he's got the measurables, 6'5", 250, got speed, got agility. You could see why a defensive guy like Mike Zimmer would be like, I want him on my team. And the prevailing wisdom at the time, though, even though the Vikings had Everson Griffin and Brian Robinson, it's like, okay, you can never have enough pass rushers. We didn't know at the time that Zimmer's ultimate goal was like, hey, I'm going to turn Anthony Barr into a strong side linebacker that's very unique to my system. And again, this is not a, hey, let's just poo-poo on Anthony Barr, even though his time in purple is done. Maybe he should have taken that contract with the Jets. I don't know. But, I mean, Anthony Barr, 4-time Pro Bowler, was a team captain for a number of years. I know that lots of fans are hard on him because Zimmer said that Barr ghosted back in 2016, and it's hard to let things like that go. I get it. I fully understand it. But at the time, you understand. It's like, okay, Zimmer was like, I'm going to turn him into a science experiment. And for the most part, yes, it worked out. But also, we need to remember that Aaron Donald, there was a reason why he fell in the draft, despite his phenomenal production at Pitt. It was not universal that he was going to be a top-tier star. Now, a lot of this can now be revisionist history because there's a lot of draft experts that are like, oh, I had the number 1 overall pick grade on Aaron Donald. Bull crap. Absolute bull crap. Aaron Donald was seen as undersized and didn't have the length, and even though he checked the boxes fine physically, like he wasn't seen as anything special. And this is straight from NFL.com, who you think would have a vested interest to, sort of clean up history a little bit. But his draft profile on NFL.com, he was a 5.9. I think the scale goes up to 9. But he was seen as a backup special teamer, and the infamous Nolan Naraki gave him a 4th or 5th round draft projection. Ooh, baby. Baby. And looking at the Vikings roster, even though we always say draft best player available, don't be drafting for need, because drafting for need keeps you drafting for need. Just get the best players on the team and then everything will work itself out. Well, I mean, the Vikings were pretty solid at defensive tackle, and Aaron Donald would have come in and been that 3-tech. He would have been Zimmer's Geno Atkins, who he had in Cincinnati, but he already had a Geno Atkins 2.0 and Sharif Floyd. Now, this was long before the Sharif Floyd injury and then the beef between him and Zimmer, which But Sharif was a 2013 first-round pick, the year that the Vikings had 3 first-rounders, Xavier, Cordero, and Sharif Floyd. And Sharif Floyd was seen as, hey, he can be a guy that can blow up a B-gap from that 3-tech spot. He's going to be perfect in the Zimmer defense, etc. And also, Tom Johnson. We forget that journeyman Tom Johnson came in with the Vikings and was second in the team in sacks with 6.5. He just got after him, man. It was really, really impressive. Plus, you had just signed Linval Joseph, even though Linval's a nose and Aaron Donald's a 3-tech. But the Vikings, I mean, they were pretty good at defensive tackle. So you quasi-understand why the Vikings didn't really give Aaron Donald the time of day. Now, of course, if you had a time machine, you would smack that phone out of Rick Spielman's hands like, hey, take the short, undersized guy from Pitt. Maybe Rick Spielman is trying to make penance in that. Maybe that's why they spent a 6th-round pick on Jalen Twyman in 2021. It's possible. Another undersized, highly productive defensive tackle from Pitt. So it'd be what it be. And Aaron Donald, even people who were very bullish on him in the draft, I don't think saw this. All 2010s decade team, 8-time Pro Bowler, every single season has been in the league, 7-time All-Pro, a Super Bowl champion now, a 98 sacks, which puts him 40th on the official all-time sack list. John Randall is first on the official all-time sack list with 137.5. On the unofficial one, because I forget, Pro Football Reference went back and they counted from old film, like all these sacks. It was great. So like Deacon Jones is on there, Alan Page is on there. Like Alan Page is the unofficial leader for defensive tackles with 148.5. It's insane, man. But yeah, no one expected this out of Aaron Donald. So even though it's fun barroom banter, it's like, oh, well, the Vikings should have taken Aaron Donald. I mean, obviously they're so stupid. And like we said, as time goes by, context gets lost. But so we wanted to put this out there as like, oh, you can understand why the Vikings went in a different direction, because Zimmer was fully all in on the science experiment that was Anthony Barr, transitioning him into strong side linebacker and away from an edge rusher, even though I always wonder what would have been. And yes, the Vikings were pretty damn full on the edge with Everson and B-Rob. And if Anthony Barr had been placed on the edge, maybe they don't take Danielle Hunter in the 3rd round in 2015. So that's a whole butterfly effect thing. I get it. I fully understand, but I mean, Anthony Barr, go back and look up some Anthony Barr UCLA tape. He was a dude, man. Come on. But yeah, you do understand why the Vikings went in a different direction. And I mean, hell, the Lions should be more embarrassed, because it's even worse when your player is an absolute dud. Eric Ebron, not so much. And Tennessee Titans, Taylor Lewan is a perfectly, extremely good left tackle. OBJ with the Giants, it worked out for a while. Yeah, and then the Rams just plopping down with Aaron Donald. That was the last good draft pick that Les Snead has actually made. Maybe that's why he gets rid of all of his picks. Yeah, I don't know. But like we said, down the line, this will just be, hey, Barr over Donald. But no, there's a story behind it. We wanted to dive on in because it's Saturday, and Saturday is for fun. So that's how we're getting it done. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why did the Vikings draft Anthony Barr over Aaron Donald? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.